back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Hey, yo, welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal, Ruhl, that guy, Darren, McCarty, and such. We got KG in the house.
What up,
we got Spencer, racks on racks on racks. Gentlemen, how are we?
Good, man.
Fucking great.
Who turned off the heat, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Red Wings didn't turn off the heat. That's for
No,
sure.
they did not. They did not. And certainly we are going to get into that. But for real, like, no. What happened? It was 74 degrees like 12 hours ago
That's
or
why
something
we had
like
Michigan
the
happened.
nastiest storm last night.
Yeah, it was lights. I was out there, and the sky was lighting up all around. I stood out there and watched it for a minute.
I do that too sometimes.
I mean, it was cool just to enjoy the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's gonna get nicer this weekend.
Yeah, well, not today.
Yeah, not today. It's all right.
Or
We can
tomorrow.
get through it. It's a hump day. What do you want?
It is.
Should be inside anyways.
WoodwardSports.com chapter. I jump into there. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get your thoughts out there. And obviously, we have a lot of Red Wing-centric stuff that we're going to get to. But Tyler B says, how about Neal's over 22.5 for K? Get right.
There you go.
Yeah,
I thought about you last night as soon as I saw the end result.
there you go.
54 and 22. Is that right?
Let me see here. I have it.
It's something like that. Bottom line is even the alternative that was brought.
54 and 22, yep.
54 and 22. Even the alternative 25 and a half.
And shout
Over
out
plus 155 who brought it to your attention.
Shout out to DNCENT in the chat. He brought it to my attention. And like I said, I don't choose the get right. The get right chooses me. And sometimes through different mediums.
It's true.
I can't control it.
Now that game, the fact that Kate they won and whatever it is, Kate still only went to the line seven
times. He
and-
was there 3 times with 5 minutes to go still.
So
was
do
holding
you
the whistle.
see that? How do you read that?
Well, it's interesting because watching the end of the game last night, how I read it was he didn't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were going to win that game. Like, I saw what I wanted to see.
So my question is that do we see Monty Williams stepping up for his team and the egregiousness of the ending of the Knicks game? We saw something different in this team.
No,
this
we
last
did,
game.
and,
like
like,
the
look.
fact of competing or caring or whatever the Kate
That's it
Cunningham
right
is,
there.
that they're not quitting.
Yeah, that's it.
So to me, the biggest thing is that I'd readdress the fact because I think that Monty Williams' attitude might change as far as about his team facing adversity. Earlier in the season, he said this team can't handle adversity. Now I think that they might be learning. There might be a little bit of maturity. And where does it come from? Who's leading the charge? Hey, Drapes.
Yeah.
Who's leading the charge? Oh, Neal's going to have chair issues. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Who's leading the charge? It's Cade. It's your best player. It's saying, I don't give a F. Right?
No,
D-Mac, is that the OVO Red Wings hoodie?
What's that?
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
that
It's
is
the
hard, man.
Yeah, it's the Drake one.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Absolutely.
You wore that to the game on last Thursday.
I did.
I saw
They
it,
gave
yeah.
it to. I thought I'd bring it out. This is the one I was rocking when I pulled the horn. Which, by the way, I know we'll talk about it. Shout out Hutch.
Yeah.
Pretty good
Yeah.
lineage.
I got the video, Hutch.
Do you really?
It's
Yeah.
awesome. Hutch pulled heavyweights all over the
Oh,
place.
for sure.
Yeah.
He's slamming beers. I love it.
But
Lions players, man, when they show up,
I mean,
we get the win.
score.
Yeah.
We score. That offense, the Lions offense, it definitely falls over to the Red Wings. But as far as the leadership of Cade, right? That's what. That's
No,
what we
and
want.
that's it. And like, look, like you can get in the weeds about it and say, yeah, the Bulls were like 2 for 29 from 3, which they were. I mean, they're no great shakes, but I saw what I needed to see. It mattered. He was pissed, and they won. So you can say what you want, dude. They won, and Spencer owes me coffee because they got to 9
Oh,
wins.
shit. Yeah, I do.
Congratulations.
Ice, ice.
I'll get it tomorrow. No sugar, heavy cream.
What's that?
No sugar, heavy
There
cream.
you go. You got it, my friend. You got it.
Just
Absolutely.
regular coffee?
Iced coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on.
Well, yeah, but like regular iced coffee?
Yeah, regular iced coffee.
Okay.
There you go. You got it. But yeah, so jump in at woodwardsports.com chat thread. And look, yeah, we're going to get heavy into the Red Wings coming up in just a couple of minutes. When we come back from the break, obviously, we'll take a look at Hutch, his antics yesterday, which certainly were cool. But I do want to talk about this because yesterday we got into it. Yesterday was election day. My son kind of came to work with Dad yesterday because school was closed for the voting. You know what you know what it made me think about? Because I was listening to a podcast interview. I was listening to Dan Lebitard, and he was doing a kind of like a deep dive interview with Rachel Nichols. And Rachel Nichols brought up the point from when she was a newspaper writer that sports is like, it's what we have left. This could be a little deep, I guess, but hey, we can go deep from time to time. Sports is the last thing we have left. Like, as polarized as we think we are about elections, you realize that barely more than half of us vote in elections. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody cares. By and large, for the most part, people don't care. They've checked out. Mm-hmm. But sports, man, and what really made it, to tie it all together, just the insanity that is Little Caesars Arena right now. Detroit with the Lions and moving into the Red Wings now, the unity, the atmosphere, all of it. It's the last thing we got, isn't it, D-Mac?
It's the last thing that we can all get around together, right? Like that, we're not going to argue about that crosses, whether it's political lines, religious lines, stuff like this. That's what sports has always been. And that's why it's so important to have a successful or a good team, at least a team in the hunt, right? Look at how tough it is. I mean, we saw it and we felt it. I believe the fandom that the Lions provided and everybody getting excited, they've just turned it over into the Wings. Because why? Because the Wings deserve it, right? And the fact of what's going down at LCA and everybody
and they've been
ready.
dead for a decade.
Well, that's so what they haven't made the playoffs since 2016. So you need something to rally around. And what are you going to rally? Hey, remember, I'm Canadian, so I mean, I can, go home or whatever. I'm not a citizen, so I don't have a vote or whatever.
Yeah.
But everybody, when you bring up politics, just turns their head sideways
100%.
and whatever, and would rather talk sports or rather talk their fandom and get behind it. So yeah, Rachel Nichols has a great point. I just laughed when you said, back in my day, when I was working for the newspaper, which is. It's sad that it's, out of touch. There's something like that, but really, that's the true thing. Think about it. You guys brought out the flags, right? The fact that
we're in. Spencer has his. He's in.
So it's flag season.
Yesterday.
Nobody gives a shit. Republican, Democrat, Independent, what's going on, this or that or whatever. Get that car flag up. Let's go Red Wings. That's the fact.
Yeah, it is. It's wild to me, though. I thought about that, and I was like, damn, she's right. It's all we got left together.
Great equalizer.
It is, man. Nobody cares.
And anime.
And anime.
Shout out Spencer's anime podcast. What's it called?
Spemorek Speaks. New episode out yesterday.
There you go.
What was it about?
Tower of God season 2. It's an anime. It's
Tower of God.
Yeah, one of my favorite series of all time. I read it, and it's getting an anime now, and so season 2 is coming out pretty soon.
Nice.
Definitely.
He's gonna bring you from the written word and into the video world.
600 chapters down.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Hey, you like it because he likes it.
All I know that I want is Spenmo had a reel out there where he was talking about the greatest villain. He had a top 5 villains list. Mm-hmm. And I don't know who he was talking about. I don't know what he was talking about. All I heard him say was, "This guy is a total piece of shit." and I want to drop of that.
Why are you talking about Flannel like that? He's not an anime character.
Kimberly from
Not
Alchemist. Yeah.
Just the way he delivered it was incredible, man. I
Nice.
watched that reel like 15 times, man.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, stay tuned later in the show. Today's Wednesday. Top 5
Top
today.
Top 5
Top
Wednesday.
5 cheeses.
Top 5 cheeses.
I like
And there
this one.
was, and just so people know when we get into it, there was a little bit of HR had to step in with some rules and regulations, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And my
Got real.
and my liaison actually supplied it. So we'll talk about that. Stick around. Top 5 cheeses. You don't want to miss it.
Top 5 cheeses. And there was some controversy.
That's what I'm saying is that we had to, out of the first list ever, that there was sort of like,
Intertext thread controversy.
Yeah, that's how we'll put it. But we'll take your live second hour to that.
Yeah, so it is. It's pretty cool. We'll be joined by James David Gray. He'll be in the corner for Josh Parisian, UFC 299. I've always had some questions for cornermen.
Well, I think it's really unique, and we can bring you this perspective. Obviously, Josh Parisian, the UFC, is our UFC guy, Michigan's own and stuff like that. Talked to him yesterday, and you see from the fighter's perspective, especially coming off a loss and what it is to prepare, and you see the transparency and how Josh talks. Now it's up to James to really into the mental side, or what do you do to prepare against a guy that's 6'7" Taekwondo guy? So
it's still wild.
You got to go to the trainer to see really what the game plan is, and we heard it from the fighter, and so exclusively here you're going to hear it from the corner man. So I think it's a great, unique thing that you're able to put together here, Neal.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Patrick Ofuria says sports is truth. That's why the script. That's why the script talk tickles me. So sports is truth too. It's not up to you to interpret it.
Yeah,
the scoreboard does that.
Right, and I think all of us, no matter how much we joke or think that the fix is in or the take is in or stuff like that. No, it's the purest form of competition of anything else. Everything else in life seems fixed.
Yes,
that's true.
Rack says, Thanks for having me yesterday from Cristiano at the end of the show. That popped me good. Some people were talking about that.
Yeah,
they said they wonder where he gets his tone from.
He might have better tone than the old man.
He might be. Alan Nelson, congrats, Neal, on your national television debut. Good luck. I appreciate that. Yeah, for those that didn't see it, the USL national TV schedule dropped yesterday. Nice. I'll be doing a game in June on CBS Sports Network.
Yeah. Do you got to go to Florida for that or something?
No, everything's going to be done on site.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
awesome.
Yep.
So how does that we got a couple minutes here. Yeah. How do you get the news? Like how does that come about? Because that's got to be as far as being it's appreciation. Like this is like a pat on the back or all the hard work and all the stuff that people don't know that you have to do what you do, especially in many different disciplines.
Yeah, so the way I actually found out was pretty funny. Just going into my schedule, and for those that don't know, like you get your game schedule throughout the season. My schedule is set through October right now, and now there's things that can pop up and change, obviously. But I just happened to scroll across it, and I was like, "That's a national TV game." And then I looked at the outlet, and then your name, your crew, everything is listed on there. And then you look at the outlet that it's on, and there I'm doing some NWSL matches this year. I'll be doing the world feed of those. So for those that don't know, TV works regionally. There are different contracts for different places in the world, and so for the NWSL, they have their American feed, then they have a world feed that every outlet in the rest of the world gets, the Caribbean, Africa, Europe, all of it. So I got a couple of those matches I'm doing the world feed for, but then I just was flipping through the matches and I saw CBS Sports Network attached to the Detroit City match that I'm doing on June 26th.
Technically,
no one told me.
I was just going to say, technically, right, you could have not looked at your calendar
and wouldn't have known,
and wouldn't have known until you could have come up till May if somebody hadn't said anything, but you were doing some due diligence.
Correct. Yeah, I was just looking. So no, thank you, man. It is cool.
It's awesome, Neal.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, it is cool. Could have some more college football stuff in the hopper for next year too. So it's it's all popping, man. So I appreciate everybody's support too, everybody that watches it. So thank you all very, very much. All right, let's get into the Red Wings stuff. Certainly want to do it. D-Mac, you like to get into Dispo too.
Oh, you know that I do, absolutely, and you can too. You can visit Dispo Dispensary today for exclusive new deals and experience a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. Save the date for 4/20 at Dispo Dispensary. Dispo is putting on epic events at all locations. Stay tuned for more details. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Buying your first Feldman Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
You can meet Big D Energy at the Michigan Green Industry Association event with Alta Equipment. Myself, D-Mac, will be there live Tuesday, March 5th from 11 to 1 at the Suburban Collection Showplace on Grand River Avenue in Novi. Stop by, say hi, talk Detroit sports. They also have the latest products and technologies and services from exhibitors, lawn equipment, landscape equipment, heavy-duty equipment, snow equipment, truck, nursery stock, chemicals, irrigation, all of it. Basically anything that goes on in and around landscaping will be out there at the Suburban Collection Showplace. The Michigan Green Industry Association event with Alta Equipment. Shout out Alta Equipment and Big D Energy. Hope to see you out there. Again, that will be on Tuesday, March 5th from 11 to 1. All right, we're off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, D-Mac, KG in the house, Spencer Raxter as well. We said the top 5 list will be coming up, I believe, around 12, right around there, coming up in the second hour. I'll just get this one out there now because I knew... Even I'm surprised how quickly this one was dropped. No Tony D. I don't think, quote, from under cheese has made anybody's list.
I almost put it on my list, I'm not going to lie.
I thought about it for a second.
It did not make it.
Oh, come on, D-Mac. You can't be that surprised.
That. No, exactly. Bunch of sickos.
I'm stunned. Yeah. I'm stunned.
Quit telling on yourselves.
Yeah. No, absolutely. FJ 1967. Neal, your wife, number 1, fresh grated Parmesan. Hey, I love Parmesan cheese. I do. But I'm not going to go scrape it up against the block to get it. I'm just going to buy the one that's already grated.
Kraft.
Like, I like it. I'm not going to get Kraft. There is a line.
Listen, I like your wife's style. I like her style.
She's like, she's like
Italian, bro.
No, I know, but
she's like legit Italian. Yeah. What do you tell us? 7-course meals,
7
all the
fish,
holidays, this, that. What? Come on, man. You're so lucky. You're so lucky, right? All the guys out there that are married to non-Italian women that have to put that Parmesan process like this, and you get this. Till the arm runs out, let's talk hockey. We'll get to the cheeses.
Let's talk about Red Wings absolutely destroy the Washington Capitals last night at LCA. The atmosphere was a circus. Mm-hmm. Aiden Hutchinson was out there, right, Spenmo?
He was indeed.
So what was he? He was out there doing the goal horn, right? He was doing the
goal horn, yeah. We got the video.
Let me see it. And Hutch is locked in.
Just a Michigan guy, man. You love to see it.
Yeah.
He's living the dream, man.
For real.
But think about it, though. There's a kid that grew up in Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a big Wings fan and stuff like that.
He's living the Michigan
What's
dream.
up, Hockey Town? It's Aiden Hutchinson here. I'm pumped to watch the game tonight. The boys are buzzing. We're about to get this dub. Let's go Wings, man. And let's go Lions.
Yeah.
Damn right.
The boys are buzzing, though.
He had the Red Thunder 4s on. I got a pair of those.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah.
You and Hutch, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was pounding beers.
And he was pounding beers. I can do that.
Yeah.
There's one thing I can do in this world. It's chug beer.
Yeah, that is right. But the Red Wings absolutely destroy the Capitals yesterday. And it was neat. And I'll kind of start off here, D-Mac. Here's what I liked a lot. I watched the game, and I do this more than probably most people do, and I guess it's kind of weird, but I like to watch the visiting team's broadcast, which, you can do that in today's day and age. So I was watching Washington's broadcast, and they were just like, I believe the exact quote was from their play-by-play guy, "We haven't seen this version of the Red Wings in a long time."
Oh,
And
100%. You haven't made the playoffs in 7 coming up, 8 years and stuff like this. And the biggest thing is, what do you see game in and game out? We sat here last week, right? They were going on a 6-game, 5 out of 6 games. We're at home and home streak. It was saying, what do you have to come out because you're playing tough opponents? What did we sit here and say? You're playing Washington. Those are 4-point games. What did you do? You just separated. You also last night, Jersey lost, Toronto lost, right? The one thing, the two things, right, is what you're seeing. And Shane, if you listen to the interview, the Gossosphere, he's got 10 now. First time since 2015. A couple of D-men have got multiple goal games, but you got Wallman and Gossosphere with 10 goals. That adds 2 more guys because Kane got it. So what do you got? 9 guys over 10 goals
14.
now?
14.
14?
Yes.
Insane.
Holy majesus. Maturity, right? And to the defensive side and that belief. But, there's this one thing when I watch the game. Yes, I see them. They're going to still give up a few chances in here, but they don't give up that second chance. I mean, most side are out there doing the dirty work. You're going to always look to the goals in the 8-3 game, but look at the shots that he blocked and the way that they're clearing out. Everybody's coming back to the middle. Alex Lyon, to me, right, is the MVP of this team. Without him making these saves, what did we say earlier on, Neal? We just need a guy to make a save. And that's what's happened. So it's confidence as they're building, right? But this is legit. And you feel it because it's they're building their momentum, their maturity. You look at the balance that they have. I mean, yes, and I say pump the brakes. I know everybody's excited. I mean, I get tweets that my, Wings win and my pants are tight and all this,
and that's
stuff.
fine. That's fine.
That's all good. But let's temper it back because this is the one thing. You're going to expend all this energy like you don't believe you belong. Start understanding, what does Steve Yzerman always say? It's not about trying to win a championship. It's building the foundation to be back and solid to whatever. That's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing with the development and, with Patrick Kane coming in because of the maturity I see in the chat thread, the maturity of Lucas Raymond. You get the fact that you have 2 legitimate scoring lines that can score. Look at some of those goals last night. Tic-tac-toe. What did I say about DeBrincat? He's streaky. He reminds me of scoring like Shanny does, so when he starts scoring, they're coming in. But they don't have to rely on their top guys. But their top guys are playing with the most confidence. To me, it's always in the defensive game. And to me, that's looked as good as anything. So to me, it's this real vibe. It's the same thing as when did we believe that it wasn't the same old Lions? Because I don't think it's the same old Red Wings. Does that mean playoffs right now? No, they still got ways to go, but they're taking care of business.
I think I'm comfortable with them being they're in. They're in. And I know it's aggressive.
But you're not.
They're in.
Okay, remember where are you? You were 100% when you said Lions own the North. That's it. About 6 games in, you were like, this is our division.
Yes, and that's the vibe right now. They're in.
You're right there.
They're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look,
So,
we don't have to worry about that. What do you got, KG?
My question to y'all is, have your expectations changed? Is it still just good for them to make the playoffs, or do you think they're capable of more?
And here's the other thing, my other point, maturity, but look around the league. You're healthy. So, right, I also believe that you can, afford a couple guys to go down. You look at, nobody talks about, Fabry healthy in this lineup makes you a goal better. I mean, it just does because of what you can do. So the fact that if they can stay healthy, Neal, absolutely 100%. Right? You can get comfortable being a playoff team, but you still got ways to go. Now, what I like, what goes with maturity, it's next game up, next game up, next game up. And they're enjoying the journey. Do these guys look like they're having fun? Because when you're having fun as a professional, that's when you're being successful.
Yeah.
To give some context, the Red Wings had 7 players score double-digit goals last year. The whole season.
That's crazy.
That's the whole season. And
you're going to have 4 or 5 hit 20.
Yeah, you absolutely could. Sider's got 7. So Raymond's got 17. Sprong's got 16. Obviously, DeBrinket's got 23. Larkin's got 26. So it is. It's absolutely balanced. Woodwardsports.com chat thread. Just a fan. Red Wings are playing a much better disciplined team defense. And I've been trying to think about how I would go about that, just in terms of, how do you want to break this thing down? Because disciplined team defense, right? There were still moments, and like if you wanted to get granular and say what are some reasons why you don't think the Red Wings could win a round or series or two, in the playoffs, we still saw it yesterday, and they got away with it a couple of times. And D-Mac, look, the offense right now is clicking. They're on one of those runs. You get those during the course of a season. For the whole crowd, and I'm hearing this around town. Heard it this morning on the way in, the expectations have changed. I expect this team to win a round of the playoffs. When we come back, I want to address that.
Break that down.
Because I feel like we're getting a little aggressive here all of a sudden. I know we got the car, and look, I got the car flag up.
Yep.
Spenmo's got the car flag up. We revived this movement. Mm-hmm. We did that. But there is a line, D-Mac, and KG asked a question, and for me, D-Mac, this is enough. Do you want more? Obviously you want more. But I'm not going to say, expectations change. If they got to play Florida in the first round of the playoffs and they get cooked, it's a failure. No, I'm not going to do that. That's absurd to me.
Took the clock off. Let's make the playoffs
that's it.
And move on, right? The whole thing, it's the same mentality we had with the lot. Let's just wait and see how it all plays out, but let's get there first. That's number one. Yeah, and then your expectation could move because you know what? This team is set up as a playoff team with the balance and stuff like that. So just let it play out. And you know what? You won't know who you play till the last 2 games of the season anyways.
No.
You put my clock into your mouth. Yeah, exactly. You're smart.
Well, they were chanting, "We want the cup" last night. So,
Yeah, hey.
just so you know.
For sure.
Good. Well, go ahead. And that's okay, right? The fact is, feel it, vibe it. Everybody in that building. That's the idea. Get it going. I mean, you play like that every night, you got a shot to win the cup.
I'll tell you what, I'm starting to want Tanev more and more. I think he would just be a perfect addition to solidify that top 4. But all of the points, all of the goals scored, it was great last night. My MVP last night was Mo Sider. How many shots did that guy block? How many Ovechkin one-timers did he take off the thigh board? It was just amazing to see him. And the one he stopped led to that shorthanded goal. It's most. And
those are the little things, right? I see it in the chat thread about Joe Veleno.
Oh, great
right?
shot.
Just,
what a shot.
But just the fact that guys stepping up, right? Different guys throughout the lineup. You look at the 2-on-1, Cop and Confer. The execution. You look at the 3-on-2, tic-tac-toe, Larkin, Kane, Larkin, DeBrinket, whatever like that. The boys are feeling it. When you're feeling you have confidence on the ice, you can do anything, and especially together, you're not afraid to make mistakes, right? Because other guys are battling it up, and you're in it together. And what you're seeing is what I talk about, is the guy next to you is more important than you are to yourself.
No, and they are. And as you said, the boys certainly are buzzing right now. And if you're looking for the best in home security, you'll be buzzing if you roll with Guardian Alarm.
Absolutely, because you have to let Guardian get you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automated solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian today. The number 1-800-STAY-OUT. 24/7 professional monitoring, call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number 1-800-STAY-OUT. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and real people, Homo sapiens, have been proven to care. Business, pleasure. Guardian doesn't care. They just want you to call the number 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Stay out of getting 2 points any game you play, Toronto, because we're coming for you.
Stay out of the win column, Florida Panthers as well. Give somebody a shot, for Christ's sake. Lose a game.
Guardian Alarm, your local security experts. Tell them Big D Energy, we sent ya.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's best restaurants, hotels, and casinos with the best dry-aged beef, prime beef, Wagyu beef. What does this mean? Well, it means if you've eaten a good steak anywhere in this town, chances are it's from Fairway Packing Company. That's what it means. And guess what? You can experience the Fairway difference for yourself. You say you're serious about grilling? Not if you're buying your steaks from a grocery store. You're not. Get the best in the beef game, and that is fairwaypacking.com. They got a grab-and-go steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. Get whatever your flavor is, ribeye, strip steak, whatever. Slide through there, pick it up, throw it on the grill. The marbling, they are incredible. Best ribeyes I've ever made in my life from Fairway Packing Company, and you can do it too. Go to fairwaypacking.com. Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, talking Red Wings, and why not? They're cooking right now. 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. I do have to correct some people, though. Like, I know that people are saying, we're breathing down the back of the Maple Leafs. And I just want people to do this. And again, I have the car flag. Spenny has the car flag up. People in the chat thread have said we've moved markets. The car flag market now up to $15.99.
It's facts.
Spencer Raxter and I are moving price indexes all around the nation.
The streets, man.
That's what I'm saying. So I get that. And I'm part of it. And I guess I'm partially to blame. But I'm hearing people in the media saying, well, expectations change. I expect this team. You have to go make a move. You have to win a round in the playoffs. Like, guys, remember this? Like, as hot as they are right now, over the last 10 games, they've lost ground to the Maple Leafs. They've lost ground to the Panthers. Both those teams are 8-2 in their last 10. So as hot as we're running right now.
Okay. So go behind you. What did I tell you last week?
Yes.
Don't worry about the teams ahead of you. Worry about the teams behind you. So what are the last 10? How much ground have you made up on the teams below you? Mm-hmm. The Jerseys, the Washingtons.
Jersey's falling apart.
No, exactly. And they've ran into injuries and stuff like this, but this is when you have to step on the throat. Like, that's why last night, that 4 points to be able to Washington. Do you have the last...
Oh, yeah. For Washington in their last 10, they're 5-3-2.
Right.
So you've gained a couple of points on them, which are
they're
huge.
Still, they got the 12 out of 20 points and stuff like this. So it's more important. Yes, you want the Torontos to lose like last night. Obviously, more so you're in the hunt there with Tampa and stuff like this. But the top teams are going to be the top teams, right? So you just got to keep that space between you and whoever's chasing you. What's Philly? Because Philly's the misnomer in all of this.
They are.
Philly
the
is the
overachievers.
outlier.
They're 6-3-1.
That's what I'm saying. And if there's any team that I look that, like, can they hold on to this? The later they go, I mean, that's just one of the teams. So you look at Detroit, you look at Philly. These are the teams that are messing up sort of the order of what the Eastern Conference used to be.
Yeah, and again, just because I know we're new to this again, right? Like, getting back to it. Red Wings 7-2-1 their last 10. As I said, the Panthers are 8-2. The Maple Leafs are 8-2. The Rangers are 9-1.
Yeah.
So it's real out there in the streets.
Or can we look at it this way? Look at how you're playing. You're playing consistently right there.
Taking care of business.
With the top teams in the league. This is who you are. Is this who you are? Is this more consistent? Is this the team that we see right now, or is it the team that we saw earlier in the year? I think this is a team being healthy with the confidence and stuff, more of the norm that plays at the top half of the league. So with how many games left? 24?
The Red Wings have played 59 games now.
So 23 games left, right? Mm-hmm. You're at 72 points. You got to win 12 of those games to get the 96 points. No, you right now, if you're going to change your perception.
About a point a game.
If you're going to change you're not going to change the fact of making the playoffs, but shoot for 100. Shoot for 100 points, because then you're guaranteed. And I think right now is that if you get 28 points in the last 20, right, with the way you're playing, absolutely. What should you should win 15 of these games, shouldn't you? Whether it's regulation or overtime.
You should, yeah.
Right, even if you're 12, 13, 5-3, or 12, whatever like that, that's enough. That's how that tells you. Look at what you're on pace for to where you were earlier in the year. Just take that block of after Christmas and look at that record and look at all the tough teams, because what did they do? And you're seeing it now at home.
Yes.
Those road games and the confidence that they gain being able to play on the road and get points and win out west has something to do. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to win at home, but what you're seeing is that's the confidence that it can bring you to play in front of your home fans. Now, everybody out there, whether you're cheering at home, on TV, or whatever, the guys feel it. They're into it. You don't think that they're all pumped up when they see Aiden Hutchinson honking the horn and everybody, Detroit versus everybody. That's where we're right back in sort of that mode.
Yeah.
And it's great, and everybody should enjoy it because it's been a long time coming.
The WoodwardSports.com chat thread, that guy 62. I'm gonna wait till the playoffs to pull out the car flag, but I feel it. Hey, and it's individual.
Fair.
It's individual. Everybody, it's up to you, the individual. Spenmo and I we were comfortable getting aggressive with it because they're in.
They're in.
Yep. They are in the playoffs. So I'm very comfortable with that. This is the Lions. To me, this is the Lions when they got the 7-2. I think it was. Remember, there was a moment where I called it.
And if I'm gauging you, the Lions, it was no brain 100%. This one's probably your 95. You're not 100 there, but you're as there as you can be, right? Like if you were gonna bet, you would have bet the Lions more than the Red Wings at this point.
Yes.
But you get through the rest. Like that's the whole thing. Where can you be at the take care of the game on Thursday, tomorrow? You win the next few games. Hopefully you see that despair and that you pulling apart to the teams that are struggling. Then you only see that there's one team that you got to stay ahead of.
Chuck Brewer, this is a great segue. Neal, I'm afraid too many new fans are going to be hugely upset if we don't win a round or two. Playoff hockey is a different animal. And Chuck, I'm glad you brought that up because it is a great segue to what I wanted to get into. Because here's the expectation for me. They're in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. However, for me, where they stand as a franchise, where they stand at their talent level, all of it. This is my thought. For the whole, I expect them to win a playoff round. Show me the roadmap first before you can do that. And then number two, if they're playing Florida, they're not beating Florida. If they play Boston, they got a shot. To me, this is me talking. They got a shot. It's a free roll. A lot of pressure on Boston. I certainly would like that matchup a little more. I don't want what the Rangers have to offer. I'll tell you that right now. Certainly Toronto, because they choke every single year in the playoffs. So
that's who you want.
I need to see the roadmap.
That's who you want.
I want Toronto.
That's
so
who you
bad.
want. You
so
want
bad.
Because here's the thing, because you're, and there's another level of learning, right? You get to the playoffs, that's a whole different beast. But I'll tell you this, Neal, when you're going around and we're saying, I don't want to play this, I don't want to play that, they're saying the same thing about your team because of what you've done, and they're going, oh my God, they're figuring it out. And then the veterans are figuring it out, and the balance. You can't, that's the biggest thing, is your balanced scoring. The fact that you're top 10 in PK, top 10 in power play. You got a top 5 goalie in save percentage, right? A guy that's getting it done. So nobody wants to play you.
No.
Nobody wants to draw you in the playoffs. And the best thing, because I always said, when it's back, is when that Detroit-Toronto rivalry. So let's get them first round. I'd rather play Toronto first round than Tampa Bay.
Me too.
Even though I think that Tampa Bay,
awesome.
I think we beat them.
Yeah.
But, I don't care. I really don't care if we have the Rangers. I don't care if it's Florida. This is the learning year, and we could be fucking spoilers.
God, I hope we don't get the Rangers.
I want Toronto.
I want Toronto, too. The Rangers would scare me. They have such a good team.
I know. It's just
There's so many good teams. They're all good teams. You're going to play a good team. There's no cake, but it's 7-game series and it's a different animal.
We are. I will say this, and maybe it's compromised because there's a little more teams in it. The Red Wings are in one of the toughest divisions in sports.
Oh, for sure.
In sports, not in hockey. In sports. Florida Panthers, man. And I know what some people say. They'll say, well, at this time last year, the Panthers weren't even in the playoffs. I believe they didn't have Tkachuk yet at that time either. And then they made a huge move. Well, they made in the
offseason, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, and they spent the money and they went out and did it. And, he's doing his things. It's a great team.
Yeah.
But again, there's a team that almost, got to the promised land and lost. So they're for lack of a better term, trying to get back to, we know what our Lions fandom is. So the pressure's on everybody else. That's the best part because you won't have pressure this year in the playoffs, right? Moving forward, there's going to be that pressure because once you make it, now the expectations change. But I'm not changing the goalposts at all right now, even though I do expect that they match up against any team. Mm-hmm. The big thing coming, dude, here's the big thing, okay? So you got 6 weeks left in the season, whatever like that. Who's healthy going to the playoffs? Mm-hmm. There's going to be injuries. There always is. And you hope that you don't have them.
No, absolutely.
I'm getting to a playoff game at LCA. I have to.
Yeah.
I need to.
They have transformed that stadium, man. It's actually good to see the energy in LCA. It's well overdue.
Appreciate that, Kenny. Yeah. It's my job.
Hell yeah.
Nothing to do with
you are the mayor. I forgot.
Nothing to do with anything on the ice.
How about this, man?
All off the ice.
How about this? So, Thursday night, tomorrow night, Islanders in town. Huge game. Saturday afternoon, Florida Panthers, national TV, network TV on ABC. Get-in price. The get-in price. $107, man.
Damn.
Get-in price.
Yeah. Prices done went up, man.
The price of a brick.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone up.
It's that quality, though.
Yeah.
That pure cocaine.
That's that stuff direct from Colombia and Bolivia.
I'm going to need 100 keys.
Rick Ross' voice.
It's that blue magic, right?
Oh, man.
That means something. Quality, a brand name.
Name.
It means something.
Right. Hey, you know what? Bizarro Brandon Katz, one of my favorite on the chat thread. Only forwards that don't have 10 goals are Fisher and Costin. Mm-hmm. Your fourth line guy. I'm telling you, nobody wants, especially you're healthy, nobody wants that smoke.
It is incredible. Steve-O baby, Neal, just to hear you guys talk about the Red Wings, it's like a breath of fresh air. Thank you. How do you not? They've commanded this.
They've picked up the mantle that the Lions left.
Yeah, they absolutely have. Look at the atmosphere down there. People care. There was a reel. We put out an Instagram reel of me talking about the Red Wings at the end of last week. Went over 110,000 views.
Yeah, nice.
That's insane for a hockey reel. Insane. We've never had that as a network before. Mm-hmm. The hunger is there.
Here's the whole thing, right? You guys got to understand this about Detroit sports. The fans are fickle, but they're knowledgeable. Mm-hmm. So you give them a product to cheer for, and we'll come out and cheer for them. You give them the effort, stuff like this. So now it's the fact of what we see is real, and the fans will come out in full support. I thought the greatest part of my Heritage Night or whatever, when we won in overtime, is the fact that the Wake Up Woodward crew was in the upper bowl. Kool-Aid's filming it. You see KG going off. The boys are going off. You get the vibe of the fans, right? The vibe of the building. I had chills because that's what it's all about. That's what we're getting back to. That's going to be the norm in this city.
Let's hope, man.
It is. No, it is. I think that the hope is gone, and it's the reality of, you know what? Because we're putting... like the hashtag Weiser plan in the friggin', hey Holmes, whatever it is.
Just like the Lions, this Red Wings team is built for a run. This isn't going to be a one-year flash in
financially.
The
and what did Steve Yzerman say the whole time? It's not about making a run. It's about establishing a foundation to go back year after year after year. When you go to training camp in Traverse City, it's about winning a Stanley Cup.
And that, you know what, D-Mac? Because that just inspired me, and I wrote this down. And after we talked to James David Gray, I want to do this, where there's been a fundamental shift. And it's all kind of coming together to me right now. There's been a fundamental shift in how sports works that I don't think we understand because we've been out of the game for a decade here in this town. Like, let's just cut the shit. We have been. And things have changed. And I want to go there. And this is off the cuff, everything. So certainly I'm going to go there.
And you know what? Thomas Perry, you nailed it because it's exactly what it is since the beginning of January because they've had to be. This team looks like they're in playoff mode already. The intensity had ratcheted up. Yes, absolutely. What do we always say? And especially in this conference. All these teams that are fighting at the bottom and stuff, and even the top teams. Everybody in this Eastern Conference is playing like it's playoff hockey.
Yeah.
Hey, big boy, it's always playoff hockey level at your local big boy. You guys know what it is. We've turned the corner because it's Seafood Fest, everybody. Yes, sir. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy. You know it's at Lent season right now. So you got to pull up on Big Boy. They're the originators of the Seafood Fest. That's what it is. All Easter season, Lent season long. Get ready for spring, everybody. It's coming down the stretch here. Seafood Fest. Get to your local Big Boy today.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. And just like that, everybody, we're back to hoodie and beanie season in the span of 12 hours, everybody. I hope you went to woodwardsports.com/shop to get equipped because all of a sudden it's like a 19-degree wind chill out there.
It's messing with my head, man.
It was 73 yesterday.
I'm so congested.
Like, come on, man. Well, hey, Spenny, you got to dress more warmly because it's hoodie season. You got the hoodie on right now. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. It's all covered for you at woodwardsports.com/shop. Get there. Rock the best Detroit sports wearables in the game. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, and D-Mac, and KG, and Spencer Raxter as well. All of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. My brother-in-law just sent me this, as a matter of fact. Rest in peace, Virgil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Former WWE great.
And for all you wrestling, that's Ole Anderson.
Yeah.
Arn and Ole Anderson, old school wrestling tag team and stuff like that. So I guess, Virgil. I'd actually run into Virgil and quite a character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff on the Independence and GCW and stuff.
Nice. I heard he had been struggling with health stuff the past years. That's
what I heard too.
So rest in peace, Virgil. He was a great character. Enjoyed it. He was electric on social media too.
With the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, man. Stop it, man. Virgil was that guy, man. But R.I.P., man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Virgil, man. Shout out. Lost. Gone too soon. 61 years old, I believe. You never want to see that for anybody. Talking Detroit Red Wings, as you might figure. Silky Johnson. I have some football stuff, by the way, that just popped up on the phone that we'll get to in a second. We got a jam-packed second hour, and it's all off the fly. So my good friends at Spot Track doing some quarterback projections, Spenny. Stay tuned.
What kind of projections?
Oh, the kind that you want to talk about. Let's just say it like that. But we will get there. Silky Johnson, hey. Athletic, the Atlantic Division team has been in these 5 straight Stanley Cup Finals and won 3 of the last 5. It's a beast. It's an absolute beast of a division.
Mad Dog just put curling as his number 4 hardest sport to play.
You ever curl?
I've never curled.
Me neither. I got a buddy that's really into it.
I have. It's a great sport.
Yeah.
It's like adult shuffleboard.
He's doing his top 5 list.
Is he?
It's top 5 hardest sports to play. 5 is football, 4 is curling. Stephen A. fell on the ground.
That's hilarious. I've always wanted to curl. It looks fun.
My buddy is deep into it.
Is hockey up there?
We'll see.
Number
3 right now is
football at 5 is crazy.
Tennis. Number 3 is tennis. I bet golf should be number 1.
Yeah.
Golf is the hardest one. Alex Haggerty went from 85 to 50 here in Austin, Texas.
Damn.
So there's that out there as well. Spenny put this on the sheet, and it's like he read my mind with it, because my takeaway from last night, and D-Mac, we were texting each other during the game, all of us here, and the number 1 line for the Wings, Larkin, Kane, DeBrincat, scored the easiest goal I've ever seen in my life, where they went through the defense.
That was a warm up drill. Tic tac, ticky tac toe. You do that in like 3-on-1s in practice.
Yeah, but they did it in a game.
That's when the goalie doesn't even move, because he's just like, you guys are idiots.
And maybe it's me. Maybe it's me being a little extra. Maybe it's me overselling this. But D-Mac, feel free to check me on this. When they run those 3 as the first line, am I crazy to say that there is not a better line in hockey?
Yeah, just pump it a little bit.
Yeah.
Pump it a little bit.
Who is it? Who's better?
You can't take away what's going on in Edmonton with McDavid and Hyman and whoever else they put on that line, whether it's Kane or whatever like this, production-wise. You know, you look around. We'll look at McDavid and Ranton but what I'll say is that, could you arguably say that's producing at one of the top 3 to 5 best lines?
And
we
don't get it all the time.
Absolutely right. But the fact that, do they have something, and where do you see where they have something magic is in the power play and the results. So the fact that, what I love though, Neal, and I love Spenny put, holy shit, Red Wings have an absolute wagon. They got a wagon throughout the lineup. And the way that Lalonde can mix up different guys. The way that, you know what, like subtly, anybody talking about Rasmussen playing with Raymond? You know, Veleno, different stuff like that, getting, you know, your younger guys, your role guys sort of stepping up, right? Like, here's the one thing. And I remember how it used to be when we'd have the grind line and the grind line would start going off. Well, teams, like, you can't ignore us. You focus on us, and then what happens? Oh, there's Shanahan, Yzerman, and Fedorov, just shoving it up your rear end, right? Like, it's a different beast, so you got to worry about different things. I think the success of these guys, yes, is uber talented or whatever, but is because of the balance to the rest of them, where you can't just straight focus, right? You can't straight focus on, it's like playing Edmonton. You can't straight focus on McDavid. You got to focus on Draisaitl too when they're not on the same line.
He's got baseball 1. Baseball 1, golf 2, tennis 3, curling 4, football 5.
Okay, stick tennis out, put hockey in, and I'm good.
I could see baseball 1 just looking at easy.
Trying to hit a baseball.
Yeah, just looking at easy swing in your guys' promotional video.
You still got that out there, dude. Yeah. You just keep that out there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
the
that's
kid
not going
wouldn't
anywhere.
even break a pinata.
We're going into. I think we're going to do live BP versus Broder soon. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see.
Can I catch that?
Yeah,
I'll catch that.
What did Broder say? Where's he at these days
I'll
on the
catch
gun?
that,
Did
Spenny.
he say?
There'll be a lot of these.
Yeah.
Beating him.
I'm sure he's still in mid-70s.
Yeah, and just
80s.
83 he can touch.
Yeah.
And just for context.
Broder, can you touch 83?
He a breaking ball pitcher though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
And just for context, you guys have seen Easy Swing on that promo video for the heavyweights.
Not good.
Now picture going up against a pitcher that struck out George Springer.
Stop it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, I can't wait to see that. Wyatt Bear, hockey salaries are so low compared to other sports. It's crazy. Well, Wyatt Bear, salaries in all sports right now are pretty cut and dry, and it's basically 50% of the revenue they produce. It's there are shades of it, across, a couple sports are 48-52, et cetera, but it's basically 50-50. The revenue's lower. The TV contracts are lower. The merchandising's lower. That's why. So, you get what you produce, man. So that's where the NHL is. But, for me, this top line, D-Mac.
I think, sorry to interrupt you, Neal, but I think Let's Go Red Wings Sparty has a great point, right? Because if you look and just off the top, Tampa's top line, Toronto, the Avs, the Oilers, or whatever. But your argument, look at your top 6 guys, right? The deeper you get in this lineup, and we've said that as, how many 10-goal guys, but as you bring more guys into it, your balance and your depth to your top 6 guys will push you up in those standings against the other teams. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely.
And then that's, because you can't argue with what Marner and Austin Matthews and all these things got going on, but it's like you're set up, arguably better on the forward position because of your balance for playoffs.
No doubt.
Look into it.
All right, we will take a break. When we come back, scheduled to be joined by James David Gray. He'll be in the corner for Josh Parisian, UFC 299 in Miami, Michigan's own Josh Parisian, his heavyweight fight, and just kind of giving you some coverage of it. You guys seem to really dig Josh a lot. I know a lot of you watch the fights and stuff like that. And I have some just basic questions as a kind of a novice UFC fan. I want to know how you formulate a game plan and what you do and what he's talking about because you hear his voice during the fights. You might not be able to hear it on this broadcast, so in Miami, UFC 299, but we'll discuss it. And don't forget, too, we got some NFL quarterback contract stuff to get to in the second hour, all that and more. But before we do that, tell them about Swiss Insurance, D-Mac.
Absolutely. Good news, bad news. Bad news is insurance rates are going up across the board in Michigan, but the good news is Swiss Insurance is here to help. Right now, more than ever, is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss will make sure your carrier does not slip in extra fees or raise deductibles. Call my buddy Mark at Swiss Insurance today, 248-800-4177, or visit SwissINS.com. Tell them Woodward Sports, we sent you.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Jack Labrador. Football season's officially over, and spring training is underway right now, but Jack Labrador is 24/7, 365. That's right. Learn how to play right now on your phone. Go to jacklabrador.gg. The game that's sweeping the nation, everybody. 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. And remember, once you go Jack, you never go back. Go to jacklabrador.gg today. Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, and of course, Darren McCarty, KG in the house, Spencer Raxter as well. But we're chopping it up here, talking sports, all of it. Lots of Red Wings discussion in hour number 1. And if you want to go back to it all, remember, subscribe to the podcast, Big D Energy Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcast. Jump into there, subscribe to the Big D Energy Podcast. But happy to have you with us. Make sure you jump into that woodwardsports.com chat thread and get your thoughts out there. Just kind of wrapping up that Red Wings discussion as we work on getting James David Gray on here about UFC 299. And bada bing, bada boom. The game that's sweeping the nation is this new game called Battleship. Remember Battleship, KG?
You sank my Battleship, of course, man.
I know D-Mac does.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a classic.
Great game.
No.
Great game. Why? It's making a comeback?
No, I don't. I think bada bing, bada boom, just being funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of reaction to it as well. And again, people are fired up, rightfully so. Red Wings are on a heater, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. But D-Mac, again, just kind of going back to it, that top line, DeBrincat, that arrival, we talked about it last week. It's something where I think it changes everything. And you played with some of the greatest one-lines in the history of the game. It changes everything, D-Mac, just in relation to you have the puck for a minute and a half straight. That's the baseline.
That's the biggest thing, too, is you look at the forecheck and you look at the puck possession and stuff like that. And, that top line or whatever, whether it's Dylan Larkin carrying the mail or Patrick Kane weaving in and out of, we touched on it with Doc Pierce when he was in yesterday, the fact that, he might not have the speed he used to, but God, the hands and the vision and stuff like that. It's buying time. And it's listen, what did I say yesterday? You're setting up perfectly for a game where nobody gets hit, right? Nobody gets hit in this game. So the fact that you can use to your advantage the rules. Look at the power play difference yesterday. I mean, it is the speed of this team and the way that they make things happen that they do draw penalties. And when they do draw penalties, you have one of those power plays that is efficient with the talent that you're talking about. That, to me, Neal, that's where they have to stay. They have to stay hot. Right? Like, as far as their dominance, it's on the power play. You get everything else throughout the lineup, that'll ebb and flow and stuff like this, but definitely it's the power play. But they're definitely the catalyst to the maturity to everything else. But you see all the guys, the Raymonds, Rasmussen's, Veleno last night, all these different guys, Sprong. I just gave you the stat that your 2 fourth-line guys, Fisher and Costin, who's in and out of the lineup, are your only guys without double-digit goals. It's I guess as each game plays out, yes, it's more real than you think it should be, or than it is or was in the past. And we got here quicker than I think we thought we would, right? Just like the Lions, right? The Red Wings are on the same sort of path like the Lions, where they sped up the process a little bit quicker than what we had them on.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, the away fan, D-Mac. Do you have players that you follow that aren't Red Wings in today's NHL? How do you consume the NHL?
I always follow Ovi, which, and to my thing is that I think that you finally sort of in the last half of the season see maybe all the years sort of come up. I'd never count him out, and I don't think he'll play until he breaks the record probably. Follow him. Love Nathan McKinnon, So more or less on the surface of watching guys. I'll flick on the NHL Network just to see what's going on around the league. But no, I'm more dialed into our guys than anything else.
No, and it's funny, D-Mac, because I've always wondered that, like how an ex-player consumes the sport, and you're a little bit of a different outlier.
Well, and it's different too because you're watching different things, right? Like half the time I'm shaking my head because some of the way, like the talent is the talent. So you see amazing plays or highlight real goals or saves and stuff like this, but it's not my game. And yeah, I'll I'll sniff around or go to hockeyfights.com to see, every now and then where, there's
how the
a
game
hockey
is.
Fight, how just every now. But here's the whole thing. This is the game. The fighting in the game now is if you have a guy that's going to fight, right? Like this, you have a tough guy, then they're going to go out and find each other, and that's it. It doesn't really have integral to the way the game's played. It's sort of the misnomer one and done, right? Because nobody hits anybody or anything else. Like nobody hits each other, so you don't have that hatred. That's the difference in the playoff hockey, is where you think the intensity will amp up, the physicality would amp up like that, but it's a different game. So I appreciated how I'd had to change my fandom to not watching this game to go, oh, this is exciting, or see clips and stuff like that, but I don't follow guys.
What about the fight game in the NHL right now? Do you rate it? The actual fights themselves when they do happen.
Oh yeah.
Are the techniques still the same?
This last weekend, there's been doozies. There's this Mac Remke kid that's 21 years old, 6'7", comes up with the Rangers, is fighting every game. He fought Nick Delorier, who's arguably the toughest guy in Philly, who's smaller, standing there toe to toe. Then he came out, Matthew Oliver, we talked about, back to back. Now being 6'7", what do I see with this kid? If he gets stronger and learns how to lock guys out, he's a monster, right? He's a monster. His willingness now, the fact is, doesn't matter how willing you are, you can't take openly. This is something you can ask, James Gray when we talked to him. You can't time and time again take openly punches to the face as bad as he can if he learns a little bit more technically. He's tough as hell. He's added something to that lineup, but it's sort of a misnomer. Hey, here's going to be the fight, and here's the game, instead of the fight bleeding into how the game's played, and this guy's got to watch his back because it's just changed. It just is. So I can't watch it the same as like when I grew up.
What about the fight technique though? Like a hockey fight, are they doing anything different?
No, guys just really stand back and throw. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they doing any different than we did? No. I think there's a lot of times though you see more, like you just saw, who was it? Was it Wheeler, Winnipeg, and St. Louis, the two captains going at it? So there's been some great fights. Go to hockeyfights.com. You can see them all. So fighting never really changes, Neal. It's just how effective it is on the game. So if the tough guys go out and fight back in my day, it's usually because some other guys are running around and it's sort of to calm, the storm or everything like that. Now it has no. It's just sort of a sidebar, right? Oh, there's a fight, but it doesn't have any influence on the game.
All right. Okay. Just got an update there from our guy, James David Gray. We are going to have to reschedule that. He says he's going to jump in with us when they get down to Miami. Okay. So that'll actually be pretty dope. Yeah. So, that'll be kind of cool. So shout out to my guy, James David Gray. Appreciate you doing that. That'd be very, very cool. Mm-hmm. Catch on with him when they're down in Miami for UFC 299. Yeah, absolutely. It will be even better. When we come back, though, I do want to get into this quarterback contract discussion. And there's been and look, it's not the Bible or anything like that. But the fine folks at Spot Track, you guys know how I feel about Spot Track. They're the best in the game at what they do. I got to get Mike Giannetti on one day. Like I feel like I would be like Chris Farley. Like for me that interviews like big time people and stuff like that. But I get Mike Giannetti from Spot Track on and be like, you remember when you sent that tweet out about Jared Goff's contract?
That was cool.
That was cool. That was a really great tweet, Mike. Which would be kind of weird, I guess. But he's come loose with some quarterback contract projections, and I want to discuss because I think it's going to be an electric discussion when we get into it. First off, though, before we get there, let me tell you about Planet Fitness, everybody. You guys know what it is. Planet Fitness, right now, 29 cents down because it's February, $10 a month. That'll get you access to your home club. You guys heard me talk about it all the time. I changed my life at Planet Fitness, guys. You can do the same. Everything you need is there. Tons of cardio equipment, tons of weight equipment. Spenmo's, he's clanging weights more than I am. I'm cardioing a little more than he is. But, hey, there's room for both of us at Planet Fitness. You press for time, they got the 30-minute circuit. And don't forget, too, the tanning beds, the hydro massage. Spenny's big on the hydro massage as well. Black card option, 29 cents down, $24.99 a month. Access to any Planet Fitness in the world with unlimited guests as well. What else can they do for you guys? Go to planetfitness.com. Join there. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit alone. You'll pass a couple on the way home. You can join there. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party, it's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking, and the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
All right. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has handcrafted, and because they've been driven to provide a first-class car buying experience. Again, it's called the Feldman Advantage. 18 locations. You know there's a Feldman Automotive dealership in your backyard. You can find the location nearest you at feldmanauto.com. Again, the Feldman Advantage, a handcrafted car buying experience, the very best in the game, everybody. Don't forget, Woodward Sports Network live every other Monday. Checks notes next Monday. We'll be out there, so come on out to Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. It's Feldman Automotive. All right, we're keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, and D-Mac. And, of course, we have KG and Spencer Raxter. Racks on racks on racks. All right, guys, wanted to get into this. A bit of a curveball here. Spot Track has been releasing their quarterback contract projections and some notable ones that they have put out there. How about this? Now, I'll do this one first because it makes me laugh. Dak Prescott.
Yuck.
Projects.
How do you really feel, Kenny?
Well, hold on, Kenny. Let's put KG in the spot of Jerry Jones. Spot Track projects a 3-year, $180 million extension for Dak Prescott, including $169 million practically guaranteed, which means basically the whole thing is guaranteed. How do you feel about Dak Prescott with a $60 million AAV?
Get him out of here. Him and Mike McCarthy can go.
I want him to sign him.
I know. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't that be great, D-Mac?
Another 3 years.
Keep him home.
Keep him
there. Keep him
there.
Keep him home.
Keep him home.
Yeah, so that one's pretty comical. I'm laughing at that. Dan Wood, what is a Dak Prescott?
So just so we know, that was 60 per, right?
60 per.
60 per for Dak. Okay, go ahead. I'm just
No way Jerry does that.
Write it down.
Who is a Dak Prescott? You may know him better by his real name, Rain Prescott.
Oh, Rain.
You may know him better.
That's what his mama call him.
That's what his mama call him. So that's what I'm. His mama call him Rain. I'm gonna call him Rain.
Damn
so
right.
so that's what it is. The reaction is about what you would think it would be. A lot of F no, a lot of laughing emojis, all that kind of stuff. I would imagine the juice is because he's taking a little bit shorter term.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. So, please do it.
I hope they do. But Jerry wants results. I don't see him doing that.
But what's their other play?
He loves him, though, doesn't he?
He does.
What's the other move?
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you're in it. If you're see, this is what I want everyone to wrap their heads around about this quarterback stuff. You can tell me about your draft picks and stuff like that. You have Micah Parsons now.
Yeah.
You have CeeDee Lamb now. There is no time to be waiting around. There is no time. The devil you know or the devil you don't know.
Sign Russell Wilson.
Oh, there.
You guys know this. You're getting them at the league minimum.
Yeah.
Because there's offset language with the Broncos contract. Yeah. Russell Wilson at league minimum is very, very much different than Russell Wilson at $250 million.
Wait, so you're saying you cut Dak and sign Russell?
Yeah. He'd be insulated. They got an offense.
Yeah.
Same quick fact, fun fact. My godparents lived in the same subdivision as Dak Prescott when he had his first house in Texas.
Who?
Rain Dakota.
Rain Dakota. Okay, yeah, that's
Never
right.
been to Texas. I've always wanted to go there.
It's all right. It's all right.
My Uncle Butch and Aunt Barb lived down there.
Uncle Butch?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He sounds like a Texan.
Oh yeah.
He barbecues.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. He's got a smoker and everything.
Yeah.
Up next on the list, again, from Spot Track on Twitter, Baker Mayfield. A 4-year, $120 million extension, including $53 million guaranteed at signing, with a $6.25 million cap hit in 2024.
Are they committed to him for that long? Because I can see him getting
no, because only 53 of it, only half of it's guaranteed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So no.
Yeah, keep him for 2 years and then give him the boot,
and then skip it. Yeah. So that's kind of what they're projecting for Mayfield. I mean, who says no to that?
Yeah. Nobody.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty fair.
Yeah. It does. It does sound pretty fair. That leaves you the juice if you want to re-sign Mike Evans, which if you're signing Mayfield, you're signing Evans, to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
If I'm Tampa, that's what I'm doing. So if I'm going all in, I'm going all in. Hey, D-Mac, somebody on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread said they want to know where they can get your beanie at, D-Mac.
This one is sold in the gift shop. Both of these are sold at the gift shop down at LCA.
Yes.
They got great. These are called toques in Canada. They have great toques down there.
I want to get one of those sauna hoodies. Those things are dope.
They have a big lineup for those.
Yeah.
David Raxter, that deal sucks for the Cowboys. They deserve it. So there's that out there as well. Silky Johnson, hate. Said, don't forget Dallas traded for Trey Lance last year. I'm sure Dallas would like to forget.
I did see Jared Goff also got a prediction.
He did.
Who else did they predict?
And we're getting there. Before I did Jared Goff, I wanted to do this one. Jordan Love. 4 years, $200 million,
Gosh,
150 guaranteed.
That sounds about right.
50 per.
That's a lot of money.
He's their future, though. I mean, the market's going up. It makes sense.
Okay. Can I just interject for a second here?
Yeah.
With this whole Jordan Love mania that's going on, was I asleep? Did I miss something where he slang like 55 touchdowns and threw for 5,000? Did I miss this?
You did.
Like him being anointed as the next Patrick Mahomes or the next big thing at the NFL quarterback spot. Was he nice? Sure, he was nice with it. He was nice. He was all right. He was good. Like, did I miss this though? His 550-yard passing games with 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. Here's the question. Because I have 100% more feeling that they're going to sign Jordan Love to that extension than Jerry Jones with the option to Rain Dakota.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their gut. I mean, there's no question out of anybody else. Is Jordan Love going to re-sign? Are they going to spend the money? Yeah, no, they always do.
And he did win a playoff game.
He did, and he did cost them, but he's their future.
Don't get me wrong. He was fine.
He's their future. So look at them. Like, they're going to. That's what they do. They got Favre to Rodgers to Love.
Yeah.
Here's your money. Here's your money. Here's your money. He's done everything you want. You ask any Green Bay fan. I bet you Green Bay fans are more to give him the money than what some Detroit fans are to Goff. Yeah. Even though you're probably going to get Goff, I'm hoping there's a trend here that you're going down which you're going to get Goff at a deal. And when you look at around the league, that if they're projecting Prescott to get 60, they're projecting Love to get 50, right? Mm-hmm. To me, I'm more comfortable with my guy having these conversations even around 50, but I don't even think that it's projected that much because I think he's going to work with the team and it'll be more, probably 45 to 50. But I'm good with it. Look at where all the rest of them are.
Yeah, that's the market.
Todd's saying that's based off 1/2 of a good year. And Todd, that's my point exactly. Was I asleep?
I think that's a little aggressive.
Guys,
threw
you're
for
missing the
4,100 yards and
point.
32
The point is, does anybody think that Jordan Love is not Green Bay's guy?
No, that's him.
Is he their guy? Or are they...
Well, they don't have a choice, yeah.
No. So fucking forget about it. Right?
Yeah,
the fact is that you can bring up an argument that we've seen is that maybe Jerry Jones, although you nailed it, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know, I believe he's going to pay Dak 60 because he's always put his...
He didn't want to pay
He put
Dak.
Everything in his... I know.
He didn't want to pay him the last contract.
So what I'm saying is that there's the argument.
But he doesn't have a choice.
Well, he does.
And
he does have a choice if he wants to get creative and do all these other things and options and stuff like this. What I'm saying is it's a foregone conclusion that anyway, if I'm going to make a bet of which quarterback's going to re-sign at the Green Bay's probably the first one.
Yeah.
What are you going to say, Spenny?
It's irrelevant to stats and it's relevant to whatever. It's to your point, they have no choice. To the point, it's pretty much in stone, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I mean, so to me, right, if I'm Jared Goff's agent, that's the minimum that I'm asking for, but hopefully there's something with working with the team.
Mm-hmm. What'd you have, Spenny?
I was just going to say, saying he had 1/2 of a good year is a little aggressive. Like, he did have more touchdowns and less interceptions than Jared Goff last year. It was he had a great year, and he looked very good doing it.
Right, but again, this whole the Packers are anointed and Jordan Love's the MVP next year. That's a little aggressive. This whole stratosphere, Jordan Love's stratosphere is aggressive,
What do you want from
dude.
a fucking team whose GM comes out and says, "Oh, we don't hang banners in our practice facility because we think about something more." And I'm paraphrasing. Beyond that, Super Bowl. Go kiss my ass.
All right, kick rocks.
Kick rocks. Right? Because you're not Detroit.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Don't try to be Detroit.
Yeah, so again, this whole he's the next MVP and the next Aaron Rodgers thing, let's just touch the brakes on that a little bit, everybody.
Saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing that. So, I'm not fearful of him. I'm not. So, you guys, if everyone wants to be scared of Jordan Love, be scared of Jordan Love. I'm not participating.
But that's just the market. He's going to get paid.
Oh, sure.
And aren't you glad that they have to spend $50 million on him?
Yes.
Better than
I am.
spending, rookie deal and whatever else, giving them that money to spend elsewhere.
Right.
Yes. All right. The one you've all been waiting for, and we'll have it next. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, everybody. Ha ha.
See, Chris.
All right. According to Spot Track. Spot Track for Jared Goff projects a 4-year, $180 million extension, including nearly $150 million of practical guarantees through 2027. So that is the number that Spot Track says. So real quick math right there. That comes in at 45 per. Large chunk of that is guaranteed. And you know what, guys? This basically kind of goes into what I thought that where I kind of expect it to be, in that Goff will take more guaranteed to take a little less in total.
Yeah.
He wins. The Lions win. They got their quarterback at a 10% discount to market to Jordan Love. Spenny.
This would be great.
How happy would you... we just go to Spenny.
Sign that. Spenny, you signing that right now?
Sign that right now?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're in, because it starts with a 4.
Yeah, that's a good contract.
Yeah.
Who says no?
Is that not team friendly, Neal? Does that
Yes.
not work for everybody?
I actually think that's kind of low. My number was always 48 with him, but that's depending on if he wants to work with the team and all that.
Right.
He made an NFC championship game this past year, so I thought market would be 50, but 40, 45, absolutely. You signed with that.
Yeah, and again, that's their projection on it, and that's not the Bible or anything like that. But that's where I would be with. I'd be very happy to do that deal. Very happy to do that deal. I think that the Hall of Fame rules should be skirted, and Jared Goff, for winning 2 playoff games with the Lions, should be immediately inducted into the Hall of Fame with Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes.
Who else has done it?
That'll be
Bobby
next
Lane?
year after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Only active player to go in.
Mark Walston says, what does practical guarantee mean? Practical guarantee means it's not technically how much is guaranteed, but it's really how much is guaranteed. Because you however kind of bonuses that they put in there, like they could throw in a $20 million roster bonus for next year, that he's got to be on the roster next year on March 1st, which obviously he's going to be on the roster on March 1st next year. But you can't say that it's a guarantee because he didn't reach the status of being on the roster next year.
Yeah.
Practical guarantee means, let's just cut the shit. It's guaranteed.
Yeah, pretty much.
For the most part.
You saying he's getting mostly guaranteed money? What would
150. 150 of the 180.
What would the cap hit look like? You think they're front loading that, or since it's so low?
Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, like just for Jared Goff's deal that they had in here, let me see how it looked out. Cap hit next year would be $15.5 million. The cap hit the year after that would be $29 million. The cap hit in 2026 would be $64 million. Then in 27, the cap hit would be $49 million. And the cap hit in 28 would be $49 million. And then they throw in a $5 million void year on the end.
2026, you restructure? That's probably around the time they restructure?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have that ability to do that. And they could stretch out the void years at the end.
I love it,
to
man.
lower that 64 number if they want to. Or, him at 49 the last 2 years of the deal, by the time you look at the quarterback market then, you're probably swimming pretty well.
Yeah.
That $64 million number that pops up.
Maybe grooming the next guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that $64 million number that pops up in 26, you have that ability to stretch that out, tack on a couple of void years, and lower that down.
I love it. Let's do it.
Works for everybody, man. Who says no? Win-win for both sides, Mark Walston. Let's keep it moving to the Super Bowl. New Orleans, here we come. That's it. Michael Daniel, digging the show, guys. Thank you, Michael. We're still working on getting that left-handed first baseman for you, by the way. I'm gonna see what I can do. I know who the left-handed first baseman is in the pet supply game.
Yeah, it's easily Premier Pet Supply, because Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with curbside, home, delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Excuse me. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. It is a top 5 Wednesday. Real quick, let me read this one. Mike O, does Velveeta count?
Hell no.
I mean, I guess.
It's not even real cheese.
And remember, that's Spencer Raxter struggling to answer that question.
Could put it in your list if you're a dirtball, I guess.
Right, it's not real cheese.
Bada bing, bada boom. I'll be honest, I didn't think Woodward Sports was going to have an easy transition into the other Detroit teams after the Lions season ended. Thankfully, you guys have done a solid job with content. Appreciate it, bada bing, bada boom. We've been doing this a long time. D-Mac and I did this 10 years ago for ESPN Radio. So
I'm just here for the coffee.
Yeah. So am I. That Spencer Raxter will be providing because he didn't think the Pistons would win 9 games.
It's ice cold, baby.
It's true.
All right. Top 5 Wednesday, everybody. Top 5. That is right. This week, the top 5 cheeses out there. And why is it a top 5 list, Benmo?
Because it's half as boring as top 10 list.
There you go, everybody. That is it. Electric. The top 5 cheeses. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right.
I was waiting for him to say it.
Yeah. All right, my top 5 cheese list. At number 5, I have smoked Gouda cheese.
Yeah.
Smoked Gouda at number 5. It's a good cheese. You can put it on a platter. You can eat it on a sandwich. You can do a lot of different things.
Okay.
Got a good stretch factor when you put it in a grilled cheese. I got smoked Gouda at number 5. At number 4, I got provolone. Can't go wrong with provolone. It's a solid cheese.
It is a solid cheese. I'm sad it wasn't on my list.
Yeah,
that one could have made
a lot of it could have been on everyone's
and
list.
as you can tell by my list, I'm a big white cheese guy.
Yeah, white cheese guy. I was just gonna say
big
that.
White cheese guy. Yeah.
What you got against
3?
black cheese?
Yeah,
I'm
I've never had black cheese.
You don't like colored cheese at all. Huh?
Hey, it might be the same as tiny cheese. We know you've had tiny cheese.
At number 3, I got pepper jack.
I expected to see this on your
Pepper
list.
jack is an amazing
Flavor.
cheese.
Slept on.
It's flavor. Yeah, very flavorful.
It is slept on.
It's
It is
slept on.
perfect for a grilled cheese. A piece of pepper jack in there. Oh, amazing.
Any sandwich, it sets it off.
Oh,
sets it
for
off.
sure.
Jada Pinkett.
For
Yep.
sure. Number 2, Kobe Jack. Kobe Jack is a great
Best of
cheese.
both
Best
worlds.
of both
Yeah.
worlds. You get everything in one slice. What else can you ask for? And number 1, it's Munster. Munster is my favorite cheese. It's a staple. Put it on every sandwich.
Yeah, and you brought me onto this, and Spenny, I haven't executed your love for Munster, and you're goddamn right.
Yeah.
Like Munster on a sandwich, I don't care what kind of sandwich it is. It
works.
slaps. You're right on
pricks.
that.
It works.
I'm gonna have to stop at get some
Yeah.
Munster on the way home. Just put on a
Got to
sandwich.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever made a grilled cheese with
Oh
Munster?
yeah. Oh,
have
yeah.
you?
Oh, yeah.
Slap?
Oh, for sure. Put in some eggs. Rip a piece up. Throw it in some scrambled eggs.
That sounds great.
I got to get Munster in the rotation at home. I got to do it.
Always got a pack of Munster in the cheese drawer.
You
Always.
do. John effing Lord, Munster is so good. Nick Williams, Munster, hella underrated. Man, the crowd's electric for Munster.
Munster's a good cheese.
I haven't had it that much, but the times I have had it,
I haven't either. I got to get back into it.
Yeah.
I got
The orange
to.
rind.
I got to.
Good
Hey,
stuff.
DNCENT, Spenny and the Munster cheese. I never even heard of it till he talked about an impeccable lunch sub. I guess you always trust the heavy. Always trust the heavy when it comes to food.
Hey,
my
I
cheese.
believe was a great urban philosophizer, Kanye West, who said it best. Never trust a bartender that don't drink.
Yeah,
That's big facts.
Never trust a heavyweight. Never trust a heavyweight that's not heavy.
that's true.
All right, who's next?
I'll take the mantle. Let's
all
go.
right, KG, let's go.
All right, couple honorable mentions real quick. Provolone, of course.
Yes.
I hate I couldn't fit it into this list. And I'm a big shredded cheese guy, so the Mexican blend cheese.
Yeah.
I really wanted to fit that in.
How did I
That's a
sleep
good
on
one.
that one?
That's a good
Man,
one.
the
That's a
Mexican
good one.
blend is always great, man. But my top 5, starting number 5, mozzarella. Pizza's my favorite food. How do
It's
I not
got
love
to.
mozzarella
Gotta
cheese?
have it on there.
It's the best, man. Number 4, cheddar. You're not American if you don't like cheddar cheese. That's just my opinion. It's a timeless classic. You can do it with a lot of different things. Baked potato, cheddar cheese. Chef's kiss. Number 3, Gouda, but smoked Gouda in particular. Oh my God, it's so good.
There's a lot of Gouda love.
Man, if you ever had a steak burger with smoked Gouda, oh my
yeah.
God, it's the best, man.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with that. Number 2, Kobe Jack.
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. And number 1, my absolute favorite, Swiss cheese, no insurance.
You
Okay.
getting gypped, bro.
I'm not a Swiss
Why
guy.
you getting
You're
gypped
not
on
a
your
Swiss-
cheese, man? It's
I'm
got
not a
holes
Swiss
in
guy.
it. You don't even get a full slab of
Listen,
cheese.
you can throw Swiss cheese on everything. I love it on subs, man. But Swiss cheese is the best cheese to me, man.
I'm not a Swiss guy.
That's crazy.
It's
I
all
thought
you,
would
Kenny.
like Swiss.
Yeah,
If you
no.
like mustard
all the
and don't like
Swiss cheese to Kenny.
That's fair. Yeah, Kenny can have all
You can
my
have all the
Swiss
Swiss.
cheese.
Hey, I'm with
It's
it.
all good.
I'm with it.
It's all good.
I always put feta on the list.
Lots
Oh,
of
feta,
love for Havarti.
Havarti's a good cheese.
In the WoodwardSports.com chat thread.
Rhymes with McCarty. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Day Juice wants to know, Spenny, does Munster make it on the muffaletta?
Yeah, oh yeah. And normally it's provolone or mozzarella, but you can throw some Munster on there for sure if you're making your own.
All right, there it is. There it is. All right, D-Mac, what do you got, man? D-Mac's top 5 cheeses.
Okay, shout out, honorable mention, and this is stick Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh.
I mean, we gotta give him honorable mention.
I was more of a
Number
Caesar-
5,
I was more of a
Gouda.
Caesarland guy.
Gouda is the
Cheapest.
best grilled cheese.
Yes.
You can't just put grilled cheese. You can grill whatever cheese. To me, the Gouda, love the way it melts on the grilled cheese and stuff.
Agreed.
Kenny, I will second, but it's North American. If you're North American, then you have to like cheddar cheese. Could be the sharp cheddar, could be whatever else, but the block of cheddar cheese, that's just a staple. Colby Jack, best of both worlds, probably my favorite sandwich cheese. Mozzarella, can't go wrong with mozzarella. Crazy salads. I mean, come on.
Great on spaghetti.
I mean, absolutely. Number one.
Yeah.
Not that processed
Parmesan cheese. If you catch D-Mac at an authentic Italian or whatever, I will tell the person when they come over, would you like cheese? And I say, till the arm gets
till they fall off.
And they'll go
keep
like
going.
this. And then they'll go, is your arm tired?
Yeah.
And then sometimes if it's a smaller person and their arm gets tired, I'll take the rest of it. I like
And
spaghetti
uncomfortable.
with my mozzarella or with my Parmesan.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Sylvia and I
Lockstep
on
about
point.
that one.
Solid.
Lockstep on the Parmesan.
Very
Yes.
solid list.
Thank you.
Mike G wants to know, did poutine cheese gravy make the list in Canada?
No, you know what? It would be harder. That's more of like a mozzarella-ishy stuff like this, but it's still a good cheese. But I think that I'm going to saving the poutine for more of the combination platter because you can't separate really the cheese.
And in the most on-brand thing for our chat, government cheese getting a lot of.
I started to put that on my list to be funny. I swear I thought about it.
I mean, it makes a good grilled cheese.
Hey man, that cheese, we was living good off that cheese.
Anybody know what's in government cheese?
Someone said you don't really ask about that.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably something to kill us.
But you don't really ask about that. All right, here we go. My top 5 cheeses. Honorable mention to me is cream cheese. All right, honorable mention. Cream cheese electric.
Cottage
All right,
cheese?
here we go.
Neal.
Listen, I'm gonna explain it. Number 5, cottage cheese.
No thanks.
Not because I like it, not because I enjoy it, not because I eat it, but because it gets such hate around the world. Cottage cheese gets hate.
I eat cottage cheese. I like cottage cheese.
I hate cottage cheese.
But you're a texture guy. That's not in your texture profile.
Can we chat pull it right now? Cottage cheese,
It's
yes or no?
disgusting.
Yes.
Okay. It gets pretty much universal hate, but there it is. Tons of it at the grocery store, and it moves. People buy it. I don't know why they do, but they do. I put cottage cheese on the list not because I like it, because I respect the hell out of it.
God.
Because there it is.
It's literally spoiled cheese.
I know, but it's
cottage
in your
cheese is
face,
gross.
KG, and you can't do anything about it. It's
guess.
got a resume.
I guess.
Here on
It's
Mark M, large curd cottage cheese is dope. Hey, give me some of that. Give me some pepper.
probably
Let's
throwing
go.
grapes in there, you fucking sickos.
All right. Now, here's where we ran into some controversy. Number 4, I have Saganaki,
That's a great pick.
which is flaming Greek cheese, which was a direct pivot from the grilled cheese, which you guys said, well, it's not eligible.
Yeah.
You're
Grilled
not,
cheese.
yeah.
Can't put
Spenny and I
grilled
jumped
cheese.
down his throat right
Right
you
away.
can't, Right away. Grilled cheese. You gotta say which cottage cheese. And then you went to Saginaw. Like, that was
That was a great pivot.
great pivot. Opa!
Yeah. Fried cheese.
You can't put grilled cheese. You can't put mac and cheese. It's got to be types of cheese.
Thank you, Spenny.
I'm not opposed to Saganaki, but I worked at a Greek coney, one of my first jobs, and every day somebody would come in and do opa. The smell of it, like, it makes my stomach curl a little bit.
That's like me with Chicken Shack. I can't eat Chicken Shack.
Yeah.
So number 4, Saganaki. Number 3, blue cheese. Incredible.
Blue cheese. Yeah, blue cheese is good.
Oh, you've never eaten chicken wing in your life then,
Now
huh?
with blue cheese, I put ranch on the
Liar.
boys. I've never dipped a chicken wing in ranch.
Then you're
Take
missing
it to
out.
my grave.
Then you're
Ranch-
messing out.
Blue cheese sucks.
No, you suck.
Blue cheese
You
sucks.
suck.
No, blue cheese is good.
As you get older, you get more of an affinity for blue cheese and for horseradish.
That's
I'm
fair.
Just saying.
Well, not horseradish. Blue cheese, absolutely.
No, and horseradish.
there's
it
a-
comes around. around.
That was a top 5. That was a top 5 DMAC drop-in ever in 10 years of working with the dude, man. That was a top 5 drop-in ever. Number 2, I stand on this, sharp cheddar.
My guy.
I'll go extra sharp cheddar. The sharper, the better.
Yes.
Just waterfall the shredded cheese with sharp cheddar.
Oh,
at
absolutely.
3 a.m.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Do any of you just go to where the cheese is and just take a knife and just slice a piece off? Just walk around on it. Cracker.
100%.
Cheese cracker, don't put it on. Just
Nothing like some sharp cheddar on a Ritz with a piece of salami. Or
any kind of cracker.
Hard salami, though. Gotta be hard salami, yes.
Any kind of cracker.
Summer sausage.
Triscuits.
The smoked Gouda Triscuits.
Whoa!
Game changer.
Top 5 Triscuit blend. Let's go.
Top 5 Triscuits. There's some good ones.
Top 5
there.
ramen flavors. All right, and then number 1, of course, Parmesan cheese. And this is a point of contention in my household. If you're newer to the show, my wife, 100% Italian. Pasta, parm cheese, it's all a sacred thing. Now, for me, I really like Parmesan cheese as well. I have it on soup. I have it on pasta, all of it. However, my wife and I get in an argument where I won't go get it and grate it off the block onto my food. It's already got to be grated in the fridge. That's the line for me. I'm not doing that work because I like a lot of Parm cheese like DMAC. It's going to be a workout. Like I'll skip Planet Fitness when it's Parm cheese day at home because it's going to be a workout. That's the line. That's where it becomes an economic transaction to me. The effort of going and grating the Parm does not equal the satisfaction I get from eating that Parm, because the difference in grating the Parm yourself versus Parm that's already grated is not worth it to me, if that makes sense.
Can I jump in with the low-key DMAC marriage advice to what Neal actually is doing here for all you young married people out there about happy wife, happy life? In his back pocket, he's got the Parmesan scraped cheese when he knows he's in the doghouse and he can go out to the market and bring it home when they're having pasta. And next thing you know, wow, the wife's got the right. He will pull it out at some point. You have to tell us when that is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because, guys, you keep that. There's only so many things that you can hide away that you can still, as you get longer in your marriage, to surprise sort of your wife. So
see, look, here we go. Andrew Schmidt. It's a lazy line, Neal. Sell it any way you want. It's just lazy. It's an economic transaction. The effort of having to grate it is not greater than the satisfaction of just having pre-grated Parm cheese. It's not. So therefore, I'm not investing in it. Why would I invest in a losing proposition, Andrew? Why?
Now, if wife is upset and the proposition of stopping getting the Parmesan cheese to grate, what gets her out of that is a working proposition.
That's different. There's a different payoff. There's a higher payoff.
Trying to make people understand here that this is part of this is all part of the bag. Neal, Ruhl, and the bag.
And people in the Woodward Sports chat saying craft singles are American cheese, bottom tier cheese.
Yuck.
Thank you.
But it's plastic. I'll put a piece on a grilled cheese or in some scrambled eggs because it melts real well.
Yeah,
but if you just eat a cold craft single on a sandwich,
you're an animal.
You are an animal.
An absolute animal.
Or you're 5 years old.
You can't put it in a top 5.
No. And people saying Chuck E. Cheese, I was always a Caesarland guy.
Yeah.
Used to there was a Caesarland by my house. I'm just saying.
Speaking of government cheese.
Draw the line, baby. Draw the line. God forbid you went to both.
It was Chuck E. Cheese, but with Little Caesars pizza instead of Chuck E. Cheese.
Actually, that's probably better off.
It was Caesarland, man.
Jeepers had a roller coaster. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Food, fun, and a monkey.
True.
Yeah.
I believe it said on the door, right? At Jeepers. I remember that. Shout out Lakeside Mall.
Ooh, Asiago is a good one, too.
Asiago's a good one.
Yeah.
This is electric. Francis Garcia, Neal, that ready go-to cheese, but nothing beats Parmesan freshly grated. Such a difference in quality, Neal. You are wrong. People are standing on business. They are. I'm not talking about like the craft one. Like I'll go to like Nino Salvaggio's or Vincent Joe's and buy that pre-grated one.
Right.
Oh. You know?
Caesarland. I'm pretty sure there's a Caesarland in 10 and Hoover. That was my spot. Used to go there all the time. All my birthdays were there.
Now, could you play Jack Labrador there?
You probably could.
Well, you can play it on your phone right now. Go to jacklabrador.gg. Yeah, that's right, guys. It's a card game that's sweeping the nation. 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. Remember, once you go Jack, you never go back. Scan that QR code on your screen or go online right now to jacklabrador.gg. Give it a spin, everybody. You'll be addicted to it in no time. The next thing you'll know, you'll be beating all your family the same way Big D Energy smashes the afternoon show here, The Final Word. So, I'm just saying, jacklabrador.gg.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Neal Ruhl here for WoodwardSports.com/shop. Get the Stoke Not Scared t-shirt, everybody, all right? And while you're there, get the Spencer Raxter Jack Campbell Meat Missile shirt. And get a beanie and a hoodie. Go to WoodwardSports.com/shop. Yeah, it's giving out orders right there.
Right.
Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network on a Top 5 Wednesday. Electric response to the Top 5 list. Who'd have thunk it, man? She's got the people going, D-Mac. I got a text from my...
He usually plugs you up.
I got a text from my middle son, Marcello. Bro, no way. Your list is dog poo.
It is. Yeah, Marcello, I'm with you. Yeah. Terrible list by Neal Ruhl.
Cottage cheese. How are the rest of ours, though, Marcello? Pretty good. I think all of ours is pretty good.
Saganaki was a great pick.
Yeah.
Blue cheese and cottage cheese.
I don't like cottage cheese either. I respect their game, though.
You can't put it on your top 5.
I give it respect.
Wow, this is the most heat you got ever for a top 5 list from inside
cottage
the faction.
cheese.
It started yesterday.
Cottage cheese.
It started yesterday when you tried to pawn off grilled cheese.
Yes.
You tried to that's what it was. So you know what? The people are down. They're not going to accept it.
Cottage cheese is the Larry Bird of cheeses.
Maybe Spenny, that's the poll.
Yeah.
Whose list is worst? We have to go to the best.
Come on. You guys have already spiked the Kool-Aid, man.
I want to see if Marcello, if he's got a finger on the pulse of the people like his dad does.
See, I try to give mine thought, deep meaning.
And we did.
I don't just behemoth, fire off 5 cheeses. I try to get deep with the people.
No on the cottage cheese, man.
I don't like it either.
You should.
But I respect it.
When you tried to put grilled
how
cheese
can
on
something
yesterday.
be that bad but be so prevalent in society?
I like cottage cheese. I don't mind your list,
okay,
Neal.
you know what? All you guys can piss off, every single one of you, because I do this with the Beatles, and you're like, how can you talk trash about the Beatles? It's literally the same thing. Cottage cheese is a yellow submarine of cheeses.
Right,
nobody likes it. Nobody likes it, but there it is in the store, so somebody likes it.
Well,
you all say you don't like it, but somebody's buying it.
And cottage cheese.
Somebody's lying.
Not me.
No, it's never you. Somebody's lying.
I've never lied.
Their food.
No need to lie.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna vote. Here are your options.
I'm just gonna vote.
Who had it worst?
I'm gonna just
Who
vote
had the
for
worst
Neal.
list? Neal, El Presidente, the Tone Setter, or the Lord of Washington Township? I think it was the Lord of Washington Township.
Our guy Stick. Good afternoon,
That's
everybody. Sorry about these lists. Here's the list. Number 1, Kraft. We decided not a cheese.
Number 1, Stick. Number 1.
Stick's just being a troll.
Yeah.
I booted cats off, so somebody's got to be an idiot.
Number 2, government cheese. I respect that.
That's fair.
Number 3, Olive Garden parm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Number 4, Cheddar Bay biscuits. No stick, you can't do that. I tried to put grilled cheese on there, and these 2 jackos over here were just like, no, you can't do that. So no, you can't
Cheddar
do
Bay
it.
biscuits are goated, but that doesn't count as a cheese.
I said number 5, string cheese. I ride with string cheese.
I need 50 string cheeses.
Where did the cottage cheese poll land?
It was 50-50.
Really?
See? Everybody hates it.
Get out of here.
Somebody's lying.
It's only because it's allegedly healthy for you. A lot of people do it just for health
Detroit Arrow, cottage cheese, tons of
I
protein,
don't want my
too.
cheese to be wet.
Yeah, and lumpy.
It's lumpy. Yeah, it's just unsettling.
It's spoiled cheese. Literally, it's spoiled cheese.
Yeah, it's just gross.
Emerald Eye says cottage cheese repulses me. Detroit supremacy. Candy corn deserves more respect than cottage cheese.
Hell
Easy,
no.
guy.
It's pretty close.
I'd eat cottage cheese. I'd eat a gallon of cottage cheese.
I probably would too.
Send them both to the moon.
That was a ridiculous statement.
Very.
If you have a good top 5 list, somebody in there, my son, who is homesick today, by the way, says your list is weaker than my.
Got the black lung pop.
He says your list is weaker than my immune system. So
that wasn't Tone.
Somebody had it on the list. Top 5 sounds. What do you think about top 5 sounds next week?
I thought we were doing smell. We got to do smells first.
You guys want to do smells next week?
I think smells is better.
Smells or sounds? All right, top 5 smells next week.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I know they're good when I start laughing, just when I start thinking about them.
Yeah.
So there's that. I'm not going to read your text that compare provolone to, quote, missionary position.
Come
we're
on.
not.
Sometimes you want to make eye contact.
That's what craft singles is. That's missionary.
Craft singles are missionary. No, craft singles are teethy blowjobs.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Lots of love for new car smell.
New car
obviously.
smells a good one.
Oh yeah.
Freshly mown grass is going to be up there.
Ice. Good one.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Old Forester single barrel proof bourbon.
Nice fat gibber. Yeah, that's always a good one.
Walking in the garden,
Yeah.
ready to pull.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Man, this is
Nothing
going to be
better.
this next one. I can't wait for next Wednesday.
I already know my number one smell.
I do too.
It's going to be uplifting,
It's gonna be good.
I think. What about bread baking in the oven?
Oh, that's a
Or
good
cookies?
That's nice.
Fresh cookies.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I worked at the cafeteria at Snyder Phillips in MSU, and I would be at, they called it Bliss, which was the what's it called, dessert section of it, and it was just me baking fresh cookies all day. It's dangerous, and scooping ice cream. It was awesome.
Big Con 51 says gas. You're a heathen, Big Con 51.
Gas?
No, gas is.
I don't hate the smell of gas.
I'm not gonna lie. It might be on my list. Number 5.
And
A lavender bush.
and then there's Rusty Shackelford. Number 1, strange. So there's that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell you, mine may or may not be my finger.
Okay, that's a good spot to take a break.
Yeah.
Let's take the final break, come back. Hey, if you got a question for D-Mac, we haven't done that in a minute. Questions for D-Mac.
I got answers.
Fire away. Get your questions in there. We'll take the break. Tell them about Lady Jane's.
Absolutely. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Also register to win the trip of your dreams, all expense paid suite to the 2024 NCAA basketball tourney. That's right, no expense spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
What's up, folks? Hey, Woodward Sports has a new morning show. Start your day with Wake Up Woodward, Monday to Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. live on Woodward Sports. Our boy KG is in the booth for that one. You can also join Kool-Aid, Flannel, Sam, Broder, and JB every morning as they cover all of Detroit sports talk, banter, and live fan interaction. All of Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Tune in 8 a.m. tomorrow before you catch us.
All right, coming down the stretch here, questions for D-Mac. Real quick, let me clean this up. Rob Coddington, the storage room at Shankar Distillery. Yeah, they've sent out bourbon before on a Bourbon Friday. I bet that...
fresh blueberry dripper.
Yeah, I bet it's incredible. Emerald Eyes. Cocaine smells really good. I love our audience.
Cocaine, gasoline.
Yeah. All right, questions for D-Mac. D-Mac, it cycled through, so my apologies, I missed the name. D-Mac, how many hockey sticks do you own?
Before this weekend, 0. And I would show up and just use somebody's, but I traded Joey Kosher the spot on the first line with Kevin Miller for one of his sticks, and his lies are great and everything. That I went out and got a hat trick. So I got one now.
Nice.
Thanks, Joey.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could have played any other sport and been just as successful, what would you have? Baseball?
Catcher.
Okay.
Dude.
In my perfect world, I'd have two World Series championship catching for the Tigers and two for the Red Wings.
Nice.
But, that was always my first love. But I was better at 12 years old punching people in the face than I was hitting a curveball.
Dude, KG, this is, I think, the last man in America that shapes his weekend in the summer around watching Sunday Night Baseball.
Sunday Night Baseball.
He is. Love anything in your life. I hope you love your family as much as this man loves Sunday Night Baseball.
Dude,
I'm not mad at it.
No, and I'll probably catch, honestly, 80% of those games.
Nice.
Or pieces of them, whatever. I love Shambi. I just love the, hopefully Tigers will be able to get there, but it's always sort of been a staple.
Those are my favorite Tiger
that's
games
the best
to go
part.
to.
Small flex is that if you know anything about Braylon Edwards and myself, our first love's baseball.
Yeah. So there is that. Let's go Red Wings party. D-Mac, the stance on players not allowed to take their helmets off for fights.
I mean, it goes along with the way the game has gone. So, I mean, I'm always, if two grown adults want to take their helmets off and punch each other in the face, they should be allowed.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't surprise me because it's the way the league. Again, you're talking about a league or leagues that punish the guy who hits the guy with his head down going through the middle. Not my game.
Not your game. Also, your
Plus,
mom's
how the girl's supposed to see what you look like. You don't take your freaking helmet off.
cutting in on the
Score
action.
goals, get money. Get scars, get girls. There it is.
That's the equation.
Jesus.
Your mom's favorite skater, D-Mac. What do you think about the Red Wings trading Johnny Burgers, and what do you think we should get in return?
Well, I think that I don't think you have to. I think that if there's one guy out there that other teams want that is NHL ready that probably deserves a place to play elsewhere, it would be him. If anybody's going to bring back a return of a 2, 3, 4 defenseman, it would be him. So we'll wait and see. But again, hashtag why is it playing 1919? He knows best.
Question for D-Mac. How real was Hardcore Pawn?
It was fun.
No, 100% no. If it went good, if you saw the segment go good, then that was more scripted. Then they'd say, where was people coming in? Oh, okay, can you come in again? Okay, we're going to shoot it this way. If shit popped off, it popped off. Like, that shit was real. My first day there, and I learned so much about the business. Shout out to the Golds and stuff like this. And the reason that I did that is because they were my neighbors in West Bloomfield, and I was said the last that I'd like to learn the business. Yeah. Helped me in so much negotiating, to the fact that if I stop there nowadays and it's busy, I'll go pull stuff in the back. I know how to work the whole thing or sell stuff. So the bad stuff, if there was a fight, that was real. Mm-hmm. It's the stuff that would come off like storybook. And the biggest thing there is that the biggest misconception is Ashley's not a bitch.
D-Mac, I like this one. What's the dumbest item you ever saw your name attached to? I've always wondered about this with people.
The dumbest,
the dumbest Red Wings item you ever saw your name attached to.
I don't think that's possible, is it? To have a dumb Red Wings, I don't know what's dumb.
Do you think Sergey's proud of his cereal? The Sergey Fedorov cereal that was out
dude,
for a minute?
anytime you get the dude, we got, Drapes and I got Morley candy bars and stuff like that. That shit pops you. Clothes, all this stuff for people that create. See, that's a tough question because if you're saying Red Wing, I automatically go buy 2 licensed.
Right.
So anything that's licensed ain't going to be shit.
Right.
You get a lot of... I got a lot of some of the things that I love the most that I keep. Shout out to Bill Felsner on here is artwork. Fans draw artwork, and whether it's like the grinder stuff or just sort of their perception of me and doing different things. Those are my favorite things.
I'll tell you what, the Racksters, we used to dominate the Morley candy game at Roos Elementary. Roos Elementary, we had a 10-year run of every year a Rackster selling the most and being the one that gets the limo trip to McDonald's.
What was the key?
Danny Rackster's route? Or?
Yeah, my dad would sell them in Rochester, and then we just go door to door, block to block.
So you put the work in.
Streets.
Oh, yeah, beating the streets. Racksters ran Morley candy in Roos Elementary.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. People want to know that we get this a couple times real quick. What was said to what did you say to Claude Lemieux before you dropped the gloves?
Everything that I would have got canceled for today. Every discrimination, every bad thing, worst thing that you could say to a French Canadian human being.
I love it.
Let you fill in the guys. All right, that's it for today. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. Just got word Damondre Moore is going to join us tomorrow. So we'll have Damondre on, talk about the Combine. He's a man that went through it. So for KG, for Spencer, Rackster, D-Mac, I'm Neal Ruhl. Thanks for watching Big D Energy. Well, see you later.